This video is sponsored by Rockland Flooring. Visit our website for more information.
Welcome back to On the Road. As you'd expect, Daimler Truck North America brought trucks to showcase at Work Truck Week, but vocational and electric vehicles weren't the only highlight. They also focused on systems, strategy, and a message. Upfitters matter. We spoke with Aaron Skates and Kevin Otzenberger to get a full look at what's new from Freightliner and Western Star. DTNA's booth featured plenty of builds, but Aaron Skates made it clear the real innovation is behind the dash. The quick fit system, powered by Czech, is all about making life easier for upfitters.
One of the big themes of this show is upfit efficiency. So we really want to be the benchmark in terms of upfit efficiency.
The system allows upfitters to customize body controls and interlocks on either a Western Star or Freightliner truck.
A quick fit is basically everything you see on the table here. So at its core are programmable modules, basically. And Czech is a software tool that an upfitter can go into, and they can actually program flexible logic. So you can think about it like their sandbox. So if they want to do body controls, things like operating, tailgate, tarps, you can also do things like safety interlocks. So hey, don't do this until you're in the seat with your seatbelt on, with the door closed, that kind of thing.
Skates says it's designed to be plug and play, from interface connectors outside the cab to programmable air solenoids inside. That means you can rearrange the switches inside the dash to suit driver preference. The system is complemented by new standard features, like a factory touchscreen and soon factory installed camera options.
We're also starting next year going to make the backup camera factory installed as a base model standard as well.
The factory integration doesn't stop with visibility. It carries over to Detroit Assurance safety systems too.
So we have ABA 5, Active Brake Assist 5. So you can see on the front of this truck, in the bumper here, this is the forward-facing radar.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit hard to see. Actually, you can't really see it, but there's a companion camera in the windshield. And so those are what's called a fused safety system. So the radar is talking to the camera and they're saying, hey, is this really something? Do I need to stop? They work together to basically create the best possible collision mitigation system.
Skates highlighted another component of Detroit Assurance, side guard assist.
So that is a radar that is looking at basically your blind spot on the right-hand side of the truck. And it also does pedestrian detection. So if somebody's walking along the side of the truck in a job site, you'll get an audible warning that, hey, there's something there. Especially if you turn on your turn signal, it says, hey, there's something there. So those two systems combined, Detroit Assurance, we offer, again, on every Freightliner Western Star truck and model. We also offer it regardless of engine or transmission.
Okay.
So it's not just proprietary with the Detroit engine. We offer it with Cummins and Allison transmission as well.
The DT12V transmission brings many vocational features to the table, some of which you might be familiar with, like off-road and hill hold modes. But Skates tells me it also offers rock-free and paver modes.
So if you're kind of stuck in a rut, you turn on rock-free mode. This lets you build up momentum to get yourself out of the hole. Paver mode is really cool. So if let's say you're being pushed by an asphalt paver, when your dump box is up and you run out of asphalt, you need to pull away from the paver, and you're in neutral being pushed by this thing, right? You can't go from, let's say, neutral to drive. Normally you'd have to hit the brake to do that. But if you do that in a paving operation, you're going to create a ripple. They're going to tell you to get off the job site, and you're not welcome back. That truck is basically not welcome ever. Paver mode allows you to go from neutral to drive without touching the brake.
DTNA's electric lineup is also evolving. Kevin Otzenberger walked us through the latest EM2 updates.
This is the first time we've been able to actually build a show truck that can showcase all of those new options all at once.
Shorter wheelbases, EPTO availability, and reefer support are all part of the expansion. DTNA says it's also aiming to address a need to make trucks more accessible to drivers.
We've definitely gotten feedback that having a non-CDL option for food and beverage delivery was critical.
There's also a new rear charge port placement based on feedback from crowded depots.
There's not always room to have a charging island between each of the vehicles. So we know that a lot of customers are going to need to tail up to a charging station that's on a curb. And it can be, if the charge port is all the way, just behind the back of the cab, it's pretty hard to reach with a standard 14 or 16, 18-foot cable. So to make sure that it can reach, we now have the option to put your charge port right here. So no matter what wheelbase you decide to spec that with, that's going to be about 3 feet back from center axle.
The EM2 now offers 2 battery options, 194 kilowatt hours for Class 6, which offers a range of about 180 miles, and 291 kilowatt hours for Class 7 with a range of 250 miles.
So that's the best range we're seeing on our electric vehicles across the portfolio right now.
Thanks for checking out our Work Truck Week coverage. We've got more OEM insight coming soon right here on Fleet Equipment's On the Road. Subscribe to stay in the loop.